ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ricky and Jules, the Night Family. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and denominations, it is an exciting time in South African professional wrestling because WAWUK and WAWSA have formed this partnership, man, and it is going to lead to fantastic things. But we need to introduce WAWUK to the South African audience. And what a way to do it than to actually speak to the founder of WAWUK, Ricky Knight. Ricky, thank you very much for coming onto the show. How are you doing, sir?
Just to put it in perspective, it was actually me and Jules who founded the company together. So she's got to take credit as well, but we're all good. We're just in the middle of putting up our Christmas decorations at the moment. So my wife says she looks a bit haggard. That's a woman's idea.
Ricky, if I may, what did you see in the UK wrestling scene when you and your tag team partner started WAWUK that prompted you to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be doing things different. What did you see that other people weren't seeing?
Well, the thing was, in about 1988, around about that time, wrestling lost our TV contract for World of Sport.
Right.
And everyone got down about it. Even the promoters got down about it. And attendances dropped off big time. Mm-hmm. And we were going out every night looking for promotions where the heart had gone out of wrestling. The promoters were just putting on shows and there was no enthusiasm going into it. Putting championship.
It was about the money, wasn't it? About the money, not the boys.
It's about just making money, not. But championship matches are going on first, so the belts didn't mean nothing no more. They didn't really care. So we're still very enthusiastic about it. So we decided, let's start our own company so we can do any better. So we knocked head, me, Julie, and as you said, my tag team partner Jimmy Ocean. All three of us knocked heads, and we said, okay, we'll go for it. And it's our 30th anniversary next month. Our first show was the War of '94, which is our first show, and we're 30 years old next month. But that's the basic reason that we, and not only that, we wanted to build our own stars. We just felt some of the stars of that day were very tired, very more. So we wanted to build future stars of the British wrestling, and basically just have an influence on the wrestling in Great Britain. And that's how we started, basically. That was the reason we started.
Okay. And the WAWUK has had a fascinating history with some overseas stars and things like that. The biggest one that shocked me was Scott Hall working backstage with you guys. How did that relationship come about?
Well, the thing was, we were trying to get wrestling back on TV again. And we're doing a series of TV shows at places like studios. We brought Scott over really for one night to boost attendances, which he did. And then the way he spoke to us, he sat down to us. He's on a level with us. He had the same passion, the same ideas. So we come up with the idea that he would come on board and be like the on-screen commissioner, but also backstage very influential for us. And he took this company, I would say, from what sort of level? Sort of mid-card level in wrestling terms. He took it to main event level with his knowledge and his passion and his enthusiasm.
Little things, wasn't it?
And he stayed. I think he stayed 3 years with us in total. Wow. And he lived around my home. He became like a personal friend. He used to call me Big Brother because, believe it or not, I was older than Scott. So he's called me his big brother, and we had a real good relationship in the end. So I'll give great credit for Scott for lifting his company from mid-table to main event. To be fair,
right. What was the one idea that he brought to the table that was so obvious, but you know, when you're working in a certain way and you're happy working in a certain way, you get blinkers on and you do it, and that's the kind of, you know, that's the kind of way you go in. What was the one idea you brought in that was so simple yet so genius that it just flipped the script?
Well, that's about the actual wrestling show side of it, because I like to think we've always given great shows, but the production values, how to work TV values, skits and promo.
Yeah.
Go on, you tell me. You were here for
one of Scott's main things was he was able to put the right language across for TV and media.
Right.
Because he'd had the media training that we over in the United Kingdom don't have, because we know we have to go abroad to get media, any sort of media at all.
Yes.
But what Scott did was he took our guys and us and he would say, okay, this is what you need to put over. These are the bullet points you need to do. Don't keep eyes focused, compose yourself, shoulders down, chin up, always look to camera, always make it personal, stick as much of the truth of real life, which it was really weird because my husband and him met on that level. Because my husband is a big believer in doing a storyline, keep it as natural as you possibly can and as near to the truth as you can, so it makes it a believable storyline. And Scott was very much of the impression that totally not saying, but he took my husband's idea and made it bigger,
right,
viable. So we didn't know the right language to use, we didn't know the right way to approach emails, the way to do it. We you know, just having a proper email to a business,
and of course,
you know, little things like this that help her.
Scott Hall was a massive name, even non-wrestling fans do Scott Hall.
Yeah,
I used to pick him up at the airport, and you get 20 people after his autograph just walking out to the car.
Yes,
he was that well known. And so, you know, only way you rung up, Scott Hall was behind it. That opened the doors for him. You know, whereas before, you know, so I was WAW, so what?
Well, we fought
all of a sudden it was WAW, Scott Hall. That, so many doors. And as I said, he took some mid-card to main event, and I'll always be grateful with Scott, and I love him to bits. Rest his soul, you know.
Yeah. Now, an interesting fact, and I don't know if you know this, Ricky, but one of your guys that worked with you regularly was actually in our former guys, a CPW heavyweight champion, Mr. Brody Steele.
Oh yeah, Pete.
Very good friend of ours, Pete.
Do you know what? He's one of the most nicest, loyalist, genuine people I've ever met. He every time I'm with that man, I spent a lot of time on the road in different venues, and that man has looked after me and been like very, very more like protected big brother. So I've got a lot of good things to say about Peter Smith, because he's never once done anything where I've had to second guess his
motives.
Yeah, whatever motives that boy's got.
Also, remember, he worked for All Star Promotions for years as well, which was a big British company in wrestling. And of course, at that time, we were, you know, the top British stars at the time in the same company. So we got to know him very, very well through being on the road, all the stories and that. But as Julius said, we become really good friends. And you know, I'm not being funny. He couldn't recommend, you know, the South African company enough to me. He just said they're a great company, they're great people. You got the same visions, you got the same, you know, the same things going on, and you got on great. And he's been proven right. Very right.
And man does love a pint. I'm not going to lie.
He likes what?
He loves a pint. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah, don't we all?
Right. Now, with the relationship now coming to fruition with WAW UK and WAW South Africa, and our first, shall we say, graduate to come over from South Africa to WAW UK, how was it having Tristan in the camp?
Well, let's just say,
it was a pain.
Now, let's just say that Tristan come over and he had a great attitude, right idea.
Yeah.
He come to us. I had no clue no clue whatsoever that his dad owned the company in South Africa. He never mentioned it, to be honest with you. So, you know, he came over to learn a bit about British style, which many companies send people over to learn our style because British style is still out there as one of the best.
Yeah.
Even though we've had to Americanise it, obviously it come up to date, but all the basics of British wrestling is still there. And he came on, sorry, a bit of a cold. So, and he came over, said, with the right idea. He was a real good showman, so he soon mixed in with us. We do a lot of holiday camps in the summer, which is people on vacation, and we can wrestle up to 1,000, 2,000 people on these camps.
Right.
And straight away, he knew what to do. He had this given talent of working the crowd, because that's my idea of wrestling. The crowd comes to see you, pays its money to see you. They want to be involved.
Right.
Well, I think modern day wrestling now is all about the boys trying to attract the attention of the changing room rather than the crowd. So me and Trish met on that level, and I kept saying to him, "Yeah, you're doing well, you're doing well." Anyway, about 8 weeks into him being here, he said I could speak to you in your office, and he approached me about South Africa.
Right.
Would I be interested? I said, "Yeah, I'm always interested." So, cut a long short, a week later, I met his father we are on Zoom. And it was a meeting of the minds. His father is fantastic. You know, I don't know him personally, but we've got a relationship over the last few months of on here. We've got the same vision, we've got the same ideas, and we just gel as people.
Right.
And I couldn't be more happier than to bring the companies together to let our vision go even further.
Right. Jules, I wonder if I can just have you in for a minute, if you may. I know that you are on the side there. Now, you, of course, you're Ricky and his tag team partner, Jimmy Ocean, you were instrumental, and yourself getting involved in WAW UK, but you've got something else that's on the side as well, that you've created, Bellatrix. Tell us more about Bellatrix.
To be honest, Bellatrix came out of when we started up the World Association of Wrestling. We needed the female counterpart, and my husband wanted to do the World Association of Women's Wrestling, and it was such a mouthful, a mouthful that WAWW is still a mouthful. Whichever way you looked at it, it was just too long a moniker for us, and we weren't seeming to put the effort into the girls as much as what they deserve, to be honest. Even though being female myself, we just couldn't get the girls. There wasn't a lot of girls in those days, and you know we then changed from WAW. We had a relaunch about 8 years ago, and I wanted Bellatrix, not because of Bellatrix Lestrange, because Bellatrix is male fighter and Bellatrix is female fighter in Latin. So that's why I chose the name Bellatrix. But I think now it's a great platform. We've had a lot of people that have come in, a lot of input. We've had some serious talent come through our doors as well. So now I think Bellatrix, as much as I'd love it to be a standalone company, we do need WAW on the to keep Bellatrix going. So it's really joined. But my husband, it's myself and my husband and my son that actually do the Bellatrix, but then the rest of the family also help out on the day. So it's more of a family-run thing now, I'm afraid. But I'm still extremely. I mean, I'm still the face of it.
It's sad though, John. Sorry, Jack. But when we formed that company, the women's wrestling was very, very on its backside. At one stage in the country, there was only my wife Jules left and Julie Starr.
Julie Starr.
We doing the circuit because it went off. Everything went off TV. Everyone got jobs. Everybody decided wrestling was going nowhere. But we kept the fight to go somewhere. I love wrestling. I like to see women wrestle. I'm not into all the women doing this hardcore stuff. I love to see two women actually go at it wrestling, chain for chain. And I think we try and instill that in Bellatrix as much as we can, try and stand out. But I said the biggest reason for Bellatrix was try and keep the women's scene alive.
It was.
And I think we were one of the companies what done that, not trying to blow our own trumpet.
Well, we were the only women's company.
We were the only women's
at that stage. We were literally the only one that was out there.
But now, through that, we've had other women companies grow in Great Britain, which is great, Got no jealousy about that
People
whatsoever.
understand women's wrestling now.
But that, you know, we kept women's wrestling alive, and that's what we wanted to do. And now it's flourishing in the UK a bit there.
Right. Do you still train in the old British style of hooking?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That was always for me, being a student of the game, one of the things that really did set British wrestling apart was the hooking fact of it. The fact that a wrestler can go in there, be Johnny Saint or whoever it is, and legitimately could at any time put out an elbow, put out an eye, fish hook a mouth, anything like that. It was really for me what encapsulated the British style of wrestling. Do you think there is still a place for that, if I can call it historic style wrestling in a modern world?
We still captivate that style. You understand what I mean? You're talking about wrestling, as you said. Jules has done police videos and it's in British wrestling as a form of taking people down, a form of self-defense. British wrestling is a short arm combat. You know, so everything we do, we can legit break an arm, we can break a finger, we can break, but obviously we don't because we never make a living.
Yeah.
But it comes from short arm combat, from the old, you know, the old wrestling, and short of a form of combat.
Yeah.
And as I say, all our trainees are taught that.
Okay.
Then if we move on to an American academy on the British style, everything, because we never want that style to die. To me, British wrestling is poetry in motion. It is amazing to watch. And as you said, I still get fans from the old days go, well, when I used to watch British wrestling, it looked more legit. Nowadays, it looks like it's rehearsed and stuff. And people don't understand. Like, we'll go through, and everyone's in the ring working out what to do, blah, 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 and this, that, the other. And I'll just go to my opponent from WAW, give me a finish. And that's what we do, a finish. And the rest of the match is, because we know what we're doing, is like British wrestling.
Yeah.
Where American stuff is, well, you take me this corner, give me a right hand there, take the next corner, give me left there. I'll do a 650 up the top, and you know, while you lay there for 30 seconds. What people forget, while you're a 10 count takes you out.
Yeah.
And yet they lay there for 30 seconds. Why is the ref not counting that?
Yeah.
You know, so like we've got a 10-second rule in WAW. You got the top man in 10 seconds and move.
That's it. Done. That's the match over.
You know,
is it?
It gets counted out.
Yeah.
To be honest, and try, I way to be taught is legitimate with a step back.
Yeah.
So it's, even though we're adding the razzmatazz that's needed to you know, nowadays, because it just seemed to people with no grunting and groaning going there, a lot of people find that boring. So you do need to have the razzmatazz and showmanship to make wrestling good for the eye, for a non-wrestling fan. But when we do training schools, every single move that is taught can be, with force, take someone out.
Well, you say
irrelevant.
You as a trainer should say, look, this is how we work in the ring, so to not hurt each other, but this is how it is legit. And she shows them. And then they realise that we're being kind to each other.
Yeah.
Because if you do it legit, you are going to hurt each other desperately. And that's what makes me mad when people go, wrestling's it's fake. It's not fake.
Oh.
It's predetermined.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're controlling ourselves in there because, I mean, my husband's party trick is to find the biggest bloke in the room and turn around and go, oh, you think wrestling's fake? Where's my missus? My missus is going to take you out in 2 moves.
No,
yeah.
He says, and that's it. He said, within 2 moves, you're going to be tapping out. I betcha. So I'm the husband's party trick, and it's always the biggest bloke in the room every time. We won a radio show, God, years ago, and the guy behind there was being a bit, you know, mocking.
Yeah.
And my husband turned around, he went, okay, Well, my missus is the smallest person in the room, and she's going to make you tap out within less than 3 seconds. And he went, I'd like to see her try. I didn't even get the move before he was crying like a baby. And my husband said, please don't underestimate us as wrestlers. We choose to entertain you.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
but my philosophy is, if you get taken down by the police, the army, the navy, the air force, or any legitimate body that can take you down, take you out, imprison you, or whatever, they don't come with jujitsu and karate and judo and nunchuckers and all that shit. What they do is they take you down with reversal of the joint.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if people or even kids in a playground will grab the head. So wrestling is a fundamental part of survival for humankind, for mankind.
Right.
What we do is we take it to a different level, a higher level, which means that our job is the most natural form of fighting in the world, and we want to learn more to excel at it. So really, we should be respecting a little bit more than what we are, because everyone wants to be us, yet everyone mocks us.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to a fight, we'll take you out with one hand behind his back. And that's my pet peeve.
A little side point to that. Look
Yeah,
at WWE. All their trainers are British.
Yes. Yes.
That's for a reason. British
Excellent.
wrestlers die. We've had to we have to design entrances for them, because I think, you know, someone just walking out the curtain with a jack. With great entrances, we come up with big things. We got great, but our basic everyday training is based on British wrestling.
Ask TJ. TJ adored the training.
TJ,
the legitimacy of the training.
Yeah.
He loved it. He loved to be able to feel the moves, to be able to work with it, know what way he can go.
About doing the same sort of stuff with the South Africa WAW.
Yeah, well, I gave him some hints, and I gave him some basics that he could take across the pond. Yeah. And I've said to him, like, I've got, you know, because he's very good. TJ is very good, and he's very quick to
humble as well.
And he's all he wants to do is bring British wrestling, our style, to South Africa. Yeah. So I've said that I'll help him with the training aspect. I've sent him in show and tells and different things so that he can do it. And then when we go over there, then I'll be there to kind of say, right, okay, this is the next stuff you need to do with these guys. This is the legitimacy part that you need to put in. Well, and I'll work, and so will Rick. Obviously, WAW, both sides will work hand in hand.
Well, that was my next question. That was my next question. When are you guys coming over?
Well, we're hoping to come over maybe early next year. February, March. We still haven't sorted it, Trish, and that yet, but we're hoping to come early next year, last spring, and obviously spring over there.
Yeah.
I'll be off early spring, we'll be coming over. So, yeah, we'll be coming over. We want to see the training facilities they put up and just be introduced to everyone, so everyone can shake hands with everyone knows who we are, who they are, and just start the big ball rolling.
That's it. Now, in South Africa, I'm known for being sort of controversial. Well, not sort of controversial, being very controversial, being the loudmouth. So, my final question to the two of you, out of all your kids and your grandkids that wrestle, who is the best one? Who is the best?
Listen, we have this question a lot. If you studied all our videos, even though we're the Knight family, every night has got a different style. It's amazing, considering we all trained with each other, we all got trained together. But each one, I mean, Jack is very, very
new school.
Strong style, very strong, very strong style. Roy is just a complete
machine.
He's a machine. He's a machine. He doesn't stop. He keeps going. Ricky Knight Jr. is very new style, indie style.
Same as Pat, new and old.
Pat is, but I would say Ricky Knight Jr. is very, very intense. He's a big lad. He can do all the stuff. Yeah, my daughter is just a brawler. Nikki, she's a brawler. Everyone's terrified to go on with her. Julia is pretty much the same. You're very
tech submission,
but people the thing with her, people don't understand. She's got about a 10 moves there, and that's it. That's her match.
Yeah.
But the intensity she brings as a character is incredible because once you got the States, they're scared. They get extra security in and stuff like that because her character is so believable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I put myself down as say what I'll follow the big in this great country. Big, and I've managed to get the same way because of the way I work with the audience. We're very much Soraya.
Guys, now.
Yeah, no, but why would you just?
So with Raya, she's a little bit of everyone. She does her dad's head wobble. She's got family's intensity, but she's taken a little bit of set, a little bit of her dad, a little bit of her brothers. She's a bit of everything mixed into one, and she's got her sister's madness in the brawler, the crazy. So I would say, with Soraya being the youngest, she is an absolute concoction of everybody that came before, and she is a mimic. So Zach can do anything. Zach enjoys doing the strong style and everything like that, but Soraya is an absolute mock-up of every member of the Knight family. So we're not going to tell you who we think is the best, and we're not going to create drama within our family. Mr. Controversy.
No, I didn't want you
first because they're the blueprint. So we'll say Ricky's the best one out because he blueprinted the Knight family. So we'll leave it there.
There we go. Okay. Now I noticed how diplomatically you answered that question, and I appreciate the fact that you don't want to choose.
10 years ago, you would have got a whole answer. We've been media trained since then, so we're doing all right.
Yeah. As a parent myself, you need to understand that yes, you love all your kids and your grandkids equally, but there is a favorite.
Which
out of all of them, I know it, you know it, everybody knows that there's a favorite. That's fine.
Your favorite of your kids?
No, I have one child. I have one child.
Okay, so how many grandchildren have you got?
Oh, she's only 7. She only turned 17 on Monday.
All right, so you got one child at 17.
Yeah, so it's easy for you.
Yeah, no, she's one child. She's 17 years old. She's my pride and joy, and I will take a bullet for her. Yeah. So, you know, I'm just saying, my mother had a favorite. I'm not lying. He
wants us to say Soraya. No, Soraya's the one with the most money. Doesn't necessarily mean she's our favourite. They're all good in their own way.
I don't want you to say anything that's going to be controversial. That's
no, of course you don't. You wait for us to slip up, but we've been media trained.
What I will say is, talking about the kids, what's up for Zach this year? Or what's up?
Yeah, Zach will blow up this year.
Excellent. I think you're going to see a big hit with Zach this year.
Well, we look forward to seeing you guys here in South Africa. We look forward to having the Knight family in South Africa, and we look forward to a long and fruitful relationship.
100%.
Absolutely. Sounds key.
All right. If I may, I'm going to leave that one there. All right. Our time is coming to an end. I'd like to thank you very much for being on the show and introducing WAW UK to the South African audience. And we look forward, as I say, to a long and fruitful relationship and to have you guys in here soon. Any member of the Knights family is more than welcome to come to South Africa. We are waiting expectantly.
Yeah. We're looking forward to
for you guys and for WAW UK. And in the meantime, we wish you all the best. Congratulations on 30 years. And we look forward to 30 more.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Great, guys. From the Knight family, Ricky and Jules, myself, the Loudmouth. This is Loudmouth Presents Off the Top Rope, uncensored, uncut. And hopefully the Knights will choose a favorite sometime soon.
No.